Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl with Fabi. For those of you who don't know, and if you didn't know, now you know what's up, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I achieved this half up, half down style using 3 bundles and a frontal from Alipearl Hair. So basically, I got this frontal and I got 3 bundles with this loose wave texture. It's really nice and tropical. I really like it, and I just wet it a little bit and added some gel to get this kind of wave. So with the frontal that I received, it is a 13 by 4 inch frontal, and it did come lightly pre-plucked, which is my favorite because then I can basically do whatever I want to it, and it's a lot easier to work with. The bundles that I received were 22, 24, and 26 inch. They were true to their length and they were full to the ends, which made me get, like you guys can see, they are very full and they stop right before my hips. So they are pretty long bundles. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I created this wig, my secret that I use to add more volume into my frontal, and how I styled it into this super cute half up, half down. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you will see me in the next one. Alright guys, so first things first, I'm going to go in with my spray bottle, spray my frontal, and just pluck it so I can create more of a natural looking hairline. I'm going to pluck it and bleach the knots using 30 volume developer. I have a full video on this, which I will link down below if you are interested. So I'm just going to do that and then move on to the wig making process. So for the wig making process, I do use the quick weave cap method. So on a spandex dome cap that I purchased from the Beauty Supply hair store, I sew my frontal on. I also do have a video on this as well too. And then using my bundle, starting from the longest to the shortest, I glue it on using hair glue, which is also from the Beauty Supply hair store, track by track. So this method does require you to cut the bundles if you want a super flat look and you want to ensure that the tracks won't come loose if you wet your wig. I like this method because it's very quick. I can create a wig in about 30 to 45 minutes depending on how many bundles I'm adding. It's super fast and efficient, and it just saves you a lot of time. So basically what I'm showing you guys here is I'm taking the last remaining pieces of the wefts after I've completely glued all the tracks, and I am sewing it into the frontal at the back. You want to make sure when you're doing this, you leave a little bit of the frontal so that it's able to cover the tracks, so when you decide to tie it up, you won't see the tracks. So probably about a centimeter from the back, I'll sew in this double weft, and it adds more volume into your ponytail. Depending on how much wefts you have left, you can add more. I believe I did add another one after this, or maybe it was just one. But because this hair was curly, it's already pretty thick, so I didn't need to add a lot. So you're gonna sew it through the lace, making sure you don't sew it onto the wig cap, so that, like I said, when you tie it up, it adds the illusion that your frontal is thicker than it is. Alright guys, so now we're moving to the application process. I've already sprayed down my wig cap, so now I'm just cutting off the excess. Basically, you do this to create the illusion of a scalp. You want to use a wig cap closest to your hair color, as you guys can see. Sorry, closest to your skin color. As you guys can see, this one matches me pretty well. I'm still going to go over it with makeup so that I have a seamless blend, and so that you don't see like the black part that's my hair showing through because I sprayed it. And I also use a little bit of clear gel to really tack it down.
It's Silas, the marvelous producer.
So the next step is taking the wig and just putting it on your head so you can measure where to cut and make any adjustments as needed. I did add brown powdered foundation to the inside of the lace so that it matches my scalp once it lays down. As you guys can see here, it is a little bit big for me, but that's okay because it's easier for me to actually glue down the sides without it lifting. So what I'm going to do now is cut the lace while it's on my head, because this allows me to get a better cut as opposed to just cutting it freehand. So you want to make sure you're kind of following the path of your natural hairline so that you get the most natural cut possible. So for this install, I am going to be using the Ghost Bond glue, which I did purchase at my local beauty supply. You can get this, I believe, on their website or on Amazon. There's a lot of other retailers selling it. So I like to do this in sections so that the glue's not all drying at the same time while I'm trying to melt it down. So I usually start with the front or the side of my head, and I'll apply a thin layer, and I'll wait till it gets clear, sorry, before I start to melt it down. This glue is white, but it does dry clear. So once one section is almost dry, I'm going to start applying to the other side so that after I glue down my first section, right away my next section will start to be clear so that I can glue it down. And I keep going so that the process is a little bit quicker. So now to melt down the first part, what you want to do is grab your lace from the front and adhere it that way because it's easier to clean up if you make any mistakes. You're going to want to grab a fine tooth comb, the back of a paintbrush, a makeup brush, because that's what you're going to use to melt it into your skin. You don't want to use your finger because it can get tacky because there's obviously holes in the lace. So after you've repeated all those steps around your whole frontal, it does look a little crazy, but you're going to take a silk scarf and tie your head down so you can get that ultimate melt. I usually leave my scarf on for 15 to 30 minutes, and then I will take it off and do my baby hairs. So this is me just laying down my baby hairs. My camera was being super weird, so I actually decided to film the rest of this video the next day. After I did this, I tied my hair down when I went to sleep. So when I took it off the next day, my hair was really laid, which I absolutely love. So using a hot comb, I basically just run it through the roots of the frontal. This step is very important as it basically straightens the roots of your frontal so that you're able to slick it down really nicely for your half up, half down style, or just any style you want to do in general. So now for my half up, half down, I'm just going to part my hair where I basically want my ponytail to be, so a part at each side of my head. You want to make this as straight as possible. It's okay if it's a little wonky because we're going to go in with our hot comb and make it flat again, but you basically just want to part each side of your head, like I just said, in 2 straight lines and allot the amount of hair that you want for your ponytail. So you're going to comb up the section of hair and you're just going to tie it. It doesn't have to be super neat. We're basically just tying it so we can lay down our baby hairs again to make it a super flat ponytail. So you can just tie it anyway. I just kind of tied it into this quick bun. And then I'm going to go in with my stiff gel. It's a clear gel and my edge brush and just relay down my baby hairs and my roots as well.
It's Silas, the marvelous
After I take off my head tie, I'm going to go in and tie my ponytail. I wrapped it 4 times around my scrunchie so that I could be super tight. I didn't want it super high on my head, but I didn't want it far back either. So after I tie it, I am going to go in with a spray bottle filled with water and just spray my hair down so I can really define the curl, and then add the clear gel that I've been using so that the curl stays in place. So to cover up the scrunchie part, I did take a little piece from the ponytail and I basically just wrap it around the ponytail so that you don't see the scrunchie. Alright guys, so this is the finished look of my half up, half down. I hope you guys enjoyed this video.